Bitch, really? I'm saying, my nigga bust down with me.
Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Kodak Black. Now it looks like everybody was out in Los Angeles for the Super Bowl. You know, it's plenty Super Bowl parties last night. They're going to continue until tonight. And then tomorrow we got the big game, right? It should be a festive event. People should be ready to have a good time and, put all their differences to the side. But it seems like at a party hosted by Justin Bieber, allegedly, there was a shootout where 4 people and maybe even more were actually shot after Kodak Black and his crew allegedly got into a fight with somebody else. Now, this is breaking news like no other. And as the details come out, man, I'm going to be right on top of it. But before we get to this clip and before we talk about what we've seen so far, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this story that was just broken by TMZ. And basically, there was some type of skirmish between Kodak Black and some other people allegedly, right? Now, the story starts off like this. The headline says, Super Bowl weekend. 4 people injured after shooting outside Justin Bieber after party, man. Now, you see a picture of what's supposed to be Kodak Black throwing them punches on somebody, and you see some other people who are laid out by a car, man. It looks crazy, and you can actually hear the gunshots being fired, man. And there's looks like there's somebody who's laying down there, and they were actually, and I can't show the picture, man. It looks like they were actually shot. Now, it continues to say 4 people were injured after shots rang out in front of a slew of celebs following Justin Bieber's concert Friday night. So I'm guessing Justin Bieber was just hosting a party, man, and he decided it was a good idea to invite all the hottest people, in the industry. And when I say hottest, I mean people with a name, who are doing big things. And Kodak Black is on that list. And Gunna is on that list. And Lil Baby are on that list. So obviously they were going to be at this party. Now the story continues by saying this. It says Bieber had performed in WeHo at the Pacific Design Center and had an after party nearby at the Nice Guy. Now WeHo is probably just some type of event venue or whatever. I'm not familiar with all that. And then the Nice Guy, I'm assuming, is another event center, right? Now it continues by saying the guest list included Drake, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Kendall Jenner, and Khloe Kardashian. I'm talking about this is an A-list list. You know what I'm saying? You got Leonardo DiCaprio, Drake, and people like that. And Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man up in the house. This is wild, man. You would think that cats, they'd see where they at and they would have some sense. They would say, all right, man, this is that A-list crowd. Let's get in here. Let's make some connections. Let's develop so we can get some money for later. Forget all the petty beefs and all that and put everything to the side. But the story continues to say this. It says, at around 2:45 a.m., as Kodak Black, Gunna, and Lil Baby were standing on the street, smiling and talking, a fight broke out. Kodak took a swing at someone, and then you hear gunshots. Now, there's a video of all this going down, and it's kind of graphic, man, you know what I mean? Because it's pictures of people afterwards who have been shot and all that. And man, there ain't no way YouTube would let me get away with that, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Maybe blur something out, but TMZ obviously has the footage of all this, and maybe I'll link them in the description, right? Now it also says law enforcement tells us there were a total of 10 shots fired. 4 people were either hit with gunfire or sustained superficial injuries some other way. Now, superficial injuries some other way, that sounds like, that they fell down because of the shooting, or they were trying to flee or something like that. Like the gunfire erupted, they might have ran into a sign. That happens a lot, stuff like that. That's what I take from that superficial injuries and stuff like that, right? But the 4 people hit with the gunfire, that's crazy. Hopefully they all pulled through. Now it says all were taken to the hospital and are in stable condition. So it looks like they're gonna pull it through. But imagine going to a night like that where it's all these big stars. You got Drake there. You got Lil Baby there. You got Kodak Black there. You got Justin Bieber there. You got all these people. Leonardo DiCaprio, man. You in hog heaven, man. You having a great time. And then some cats get to fighting and shooting it up, man, like you back in the hood, man. It's crazy, man. Now, according to the police, the shooter or shooters are still on the loose, man. And they'll probably be on the loose for a while because who knows? Who knows what this was related to? Like, a lot of people are saying some things about, Kodak Black and his past beefs or whatever. But for Kodak Black to be at his station, at his level in the hip hop game, and to actually take a swing at a cat, come on, man. I don't know what's going on, man, between him and the baby and all that. Now, this is all alleged, and this is just based on the story from TMZ. But I hate to see Kodak Black going out like that, man. Because, just because you're a rap star or just because, it might be a street situation doesn't mean that you're, oblivious to the law. It doesn't mean that you can't be sued, dog. Like, somebody could come back and straight up sue you. Now, the story finishes by saying the parties are the roll-up to Sunday's Super Bowl. There were a bunch of parties Friday night, and they were, for the most part, peaceful. So letting it be known that this was a one-off incident, and most of the parties that took place last night were peaceful, man. And most of the parties that'll take place tonight will probably be peaceful. There's a lot of mover and shakers up in the LA area right now, obviously because of what's going on with the Super Bowl, and because, it's a good time to have a good time. That's the best way to put it. And I already hear the rumors out there, man, about Jackboy. Now, there is no proof, and there is nobody out there that has confirmed that Jackboy has anything to do with this situation or is involved in any way. This could just have been a random situation where somebody got into a tussle with somebody they didn't know, and and Kodak might have been involved. Even though it looks like on them pictures that he's involved, you never know, man. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Kodak was out here moving reckless and it led to this shooting? Or do you think because you can see him, Gunna, and the baby visibly in pictures having a good time, minding their own business, that this is just some crazy incident in just the hip-hop world, man? It's just one of those things that happens. It just is what it is, man. Now, in those nice areas of Los Angeles, there are plenty of cameras. So eventually the story is going to come out, what took place. They're going to have every angle of the fight, every angle of who ran or what happened, every angle of who ran up or how this thing kicked off, right? But so far, man, it seems like Kodak Black was having a good time like the rest of the rappers before this incident. So we'll know, man. We'll know soon enough, man. But what do you guys think out there, man? Do you really think that Kodak Black was just, being reckless with this fight? Or do you think he might have just, somebody came up to him and, try to swing on him first or something like that? I mean, like I said, it's early. So right now it's just a guessing game before we figure out what led to it. But one thing is for certain. Man, the video that shows the shooting going off, and when you hear the gunshots, man, that is crazy. That's crazy footage. And obviously that's owned by TMZ, so you can't play with that. But man, to be real, as the story develops, I'm going to be right on top of it. Now with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.